everybody. It's about 8 o'clock on Thursday, November 21st, I think. Anyway, Magnolia and I are on the way from Key Biscayne to Rodriguez Key today. And I have to say, what a difference a day makes. Yesterday we were getting beat to hell and fighting wind and waves both that were opposing us, and trying to get to Key Biscayne before dark, and failed miserably at that. What should have been a long 12-hour run ended up being 14 and a half hours because of the opposing currents and waves. So we got there about 7:30 yesterday evening, and had a little mishap just before crossing the Miami Channel. The engine started cutting out, and I ran down. I installed a squeeze bulb in the fuel line going to the first filter, which is a Raycor turbine filter, and which I installed, and I pumped the primer bulb a couple of times, and the engine started running fine, so I knew it was the filter was getting hot. So I killed it before crossing the channel, and was able to replace that filter, and it's the original filter that came on the boat when I bought it. You had to unscrew the whole body of the filter and to replace it, and or the filter housing to replace the filter, and so that meant that there was a lot of priming of the engine involved before you could start it again. And this one is top loading, just drained some of the diesel out the bottom. I did that into an empty ginger ale bottle, and so I was able to pull the old filter out, drop a new one in, close it back up, pump the, well, before I closed it up, pump the primer bulb enough to get diesel up to the top, and then close it up, and she fired right up. It's been going great since. So I'm glad I installed that filter housing back in 2019. Anyway, but we made it. There were only 2 other boats anchored outside of No Name Harbor at Key Biscayne, and so I was able to go in and still had the track from my last trip, and drop the hook in the same spot I was in before, and so we were fine. Although the anchor alarm did go off about 4 o'clock this morning. That's the first time I've had any dragging on this trip, but there's a lot of current through there, and I had 100 feet of chain out. And I think when the tide changed, it took it about 20 or 30 feet to reset, and that's all the margin I had in the anchor alarm. I think it was 20 feet, so it was right on the edge. Anyway, nope, I didn't have to go and reset or anything like that. It had reset itself. It just took it a little while, but it was a white sandy bottom, so I don't know that holding is all that great there. Anyway, I think that's Elliott Key that we're coming up on. over in the distance. And today's going to be a fairly easy day as long as conditions stay like this. There's actually a small craft advisory in effect today. I heard Coast Guard announce it, but did not hear them announce one for yesterday. But we're averaging with the jib up. We're only running about 2,400 RPMs. So with the jib up and wind blowing over 20 knots, we're running between 7.5 and 8.5 knots of boat speed over the ground. So that's not too shabby. And the jib with it up helps stabilize the boat quite a bit on these waves, which are nowhere near as bad as they were yesterday. We got away about a little before 7 this morning, and as it's 8:10 now, and we've already done 8.7 nautical miles in an hour and 16 minutes, so that's not too bad. And hopefully we'll be able to do this for most of the trip today, and it'll be a comparatively short day compared to yesterday. I think it's going to be 41 point something nautical miles total, and we've got 33.7 to go, and current average speed should get there by about 12:30, which is good because I've still got stuff to put together from the trashing we took yesterday. But like I said, what a difference a day makes. If everything continues to go to plan, we'll be in Marathon tomorrow, which would be Friday. And that'll be good. As I had said previously, I had called the city marina there and talked to one of the young ladies who works there, asking about availability of mooring balls. They've got 150 or something mooring balls at Boot Key Harbor that the city marina maintains, and all, and you can rent them by the month, but it's first come, first served. There's no reservations. So she said, oh yeah, we have plenty left. So hopefully that's still the case. You can see it, but that's Miami off in the distance there, and I've been by here before, but it never really struck me just how huge a city Miami is. You got North Miami, and then Miami, and then I guess the lower part there is on Key Biscayne. Anyway, so we're on what's called the Hawk Channel now, which takes us right on down the Keys, and there are shallow areas on both sides, and expect to see a few crab pots before too much longer, but we will follow that right on down to this is Rodriguez Key here, and you can see this is a previous track, probably from 3-4 winters ago when I was down here. And anchored right in there, so hopefully there will be room there. But I think I've gotten ahead of most of the folks heading this way. So that's been what I've noticed so far this trip. Okay, well I think the battery's running low on this, but I just wanted to give y'all an update of where we are and that we survived the run from Lake Worth down to Key Biscayne yesterday. Okay, I hope everyone's doing well, and that's all for now.